Well, I wanted to go over there and give John McCain and Mike Mullen a hug, not so much because their words were overwhelming, although they were, but I wanted you to continue with that applause for a few extra minutes that was taken up. Chuck, thank you for all the decades of service that you've given to this nation, for that introduction as well. Hank, your gracious words, great meaning to me. The only Hank Greenberg in my life that had much meaning was when I was a kid and there was a ball player that had that name. The introductions that you gave me were truly moving and inspiring to me. I don't know who else in this room could totally believe them because they were excessive. I know my wife, Barbara, doesn't come close to totally believing. She knows me too well. But they're an inspiration, at least to me. And I thank you both deeply. Mike, your leadership and your integrity at so many points in front of the committee was overwhelming. The only problem I have is that you look so good, retired, that it may give my wife some ideas. That's and John, I couldn't have a better ranking member or have a better partner than you are. John Warner was fabulous, and we all miss him, but you have truly stepped up to a difficult position, which is being a ranking member, and I can only hope that on the slight chance that the Republicans take over in November, that I can do as good a job for you as you have done for me, and to be as supportive for you as you have been for me. Dimitri, you made reference to the fact that there was unanimous approval of my getting this award and that even Grover Norquist voted for it. I just hope you will not tell him what I'm saying here tonight, because he may want to withdraw that vote after he hears about what I'm going to say about revenues, about being part of the way that we're going to have to defend this country. But thank you for that unanimous vote. I know Mike mentioned these pair of glasses that I wear, and that I don't have, I think he said 12 pair of glasses. That honor is carried by my wife, Barbara. She does have at least 12 pair of glasses. We have a very small house, so that's about 3 pair of glasses for each room in our house. But she still never can find her glasses. It's an amazing feat. John mentioned that our committee has adopted our Defense Authorization Bill, which is a monumental bill, each year for 51 years. My wife Barbara and I just celebrated our 50th anniversary, so we're catching up to the Defense Authorization Bill. But she has been just like a military spouse. She has been essential, and the support that she provides makes it possible for me, and I know for my colleagues, to have the same circumstance, hopefully, to have the same blessing I have in having so much support at home. The Center for the National Interest is proud to call itself America's realist voice. And I think that you know as well as I do that everybody in Washington believes that he's a realist. But we all think that we're clear-eyed and we're rational. It's the other guy who needs to get real. But thankfully, the CNI, this center, puts up with all those attempts by others to latch on to its label. The CNI has helped protect a proud tradition in American politics and foreign policy, not just because it adds an important realist voice, but also because it exemplifies a long legacy that asks Americans of all political and philosophical stripes to pursue, and that is to pursue together the goal of a secure nation as our number one priority. And that's what I'd like to talk to you about tonight. I'd like to share with you some thoughts on the value of a bipartisan foreign policy, and how the heated politics of our era have led too many, too often, to lay that tradition aside, and how we can restore that bipartisan legacy. Our democratic system not only allows for it, but it requires vigorous debate. The line between tough debate and partisan sniping can be a faint line, but there is a line, and it's an important line. And we can see the importance of that in the life of one of the architects of America's post-World War II foreign policy, one of my predecessors from Michigan, Senator Arthur Vandenberg. Vandenberg, a Republican who worked closely with two Democratic presidents, described bipartisanship in foreign policy as follows. Quote, a mutual effort under our indispensable two-party system to unite our official voice at the water's edge so that America speaks with maximum authority against those who would divide and conquer us and would conquer the free world. It does not involve, he said, the remotest surrender of free debate in determining our position. On the contrary, frank cooperation and free debate are indispensable to ultimate unity. In a word, he said, it simply seeks national security ahead of partisan advantage. National security ahead of partisan advantage. That should be our goal. That's the tradition, as John mentioned, of our Armed Services Committee. As Vandenberg said, this definition does not preclude vigorous debate. In fact, it demands it. On my visits to speak with our troops in Iraq, my message to them was that we owe those who defend our nation not only the best weapons, the best training, and the best support that we can provide, but also our best ideas. And that means we owe them spirited, principled debate so that the best ideas can advance our security and they can emerge. I told our troops that I argued vigorously against sending them there, but that once they were there, I argued just as vigorously to make sure that they had what they needed to succeed in their mission, and that they were fighting not just to protect the freedom to debate in our country, but to make it available to others.